Good afternoon and welcome to Landra Associates' bite-sized series for Bowden Mays. So let's start today with an extract from our leadership series. I'm going to start with an extract from course 1 on the CMI series, which is called Stepping into First Line Management. You might be a team leader or you might be a potential team leader, someone who's aspiring to be a team leader in the future, or you might already be a billing manager. And if you are, there are certain resources and skills you're going to need to be able to do the two jobs that you have to do. Arguably, one of the most difficult roles in recruitment is to run and bill a busy desk and also look after a team. Even one person immediately has an impact on your time management. One of your responsibilities as a team leader is to influence the others around you, to be engaged with the business, to perform, to be motivated, and to do the best that they can do. So we're going to start off by looking at that all-important engagement. What does engagement mean, and how is it that we can actually influence others in a positive way through engagement? I'm going to particularly define engagement today through referring to David MacLeod. Now, if you go onto our website, there are recommended reading on our books page, and you can buy the books directly off there. But you'll see that one of the books is called Going the Extra Mile by David MacLeod. David MacLeod's a fantastic expert. He did a big study for the government on how to engage the UK workforce. And out of that study came a huge academic report. But then he wrote a book called Go the Extra Mile. Fantastic reading. And it shows how you can actually get your people engaged with the business. So I'm going to use David MacLeod's definition of engagement. It is the employee's willingness to put discretionary effort into their work in the form of time, brain power and energy above and beyond what is considered adequate. So think about that. It's the employee's willingness to put discretionary effort into their work in the form of time, brain power and energy above and beyond what is considered adequate. It's fantastic if you get all of your people engaged with your business. I think you will find that it will make a huge difference, and I will give you some evidence to actually show you how that's going to work. So engaging people is definitely part of the leadership responsibility. You have to engage people in two ways. The first way is to engage them in what you're doing. So the starting point of that is to actually be clear about the vision of your business. Now, first of all, you need to know about where your company's going, whether you belong to a small or a large organisation. Where is the company going over the next 2, 3, 5 years? Long-term vision of where it's going. And then within that, you need to decide from your point of view what your team vision is. What's the vision for your team? And you need to get your people to buy into that. Now, you might actually get them to work with you on coming up with what that vision should look like, or you might already know and you need to get the people that you're building into your team to buy into the vision that you've already agreed. But without aligning their vision and your vision, they will not be engaged with what you're setting out to do. And you need to make sure that you're communicating that vision pre-onboarding them in the business if you're hiring new people. This is part of the onboarding package. You should be promoting where it is you're going with your company, and then if they're joining your team, where it is you're going with your team before they even join, so that they can agree that if you're saying, well, we're heading west, that they're saying, actually, that's where I'm going. I'm getting on board the right ship. So use your vision to align everybody towards the same and common goals. And then what's your job after that is this. And I'm going to quote Warren Bennis, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. So your job as a leader within the business, whether you're leading one person or 10 people, is to bring that vision to life and make it a reality for people. An engaged employee will understand how their job contributes to the success of the organisation. And an engaged employee will understand how their role relates to the organisation's goals, objectives and direction. So if you don't know what the goals are, you won't be able to align those goals with what your people are doing. So engagement comes in two parts. Aligning them, first of all, is heads. So you're going to engage them hearts and minds, and that's what we're going to be looking at. So how do we now, having got them in minds, how do we now move into getting them engaged with hearts? And I think this is about making sure that you treat people well and you listen to people. And what are they going to feel like if you do engage them in the business? They're going to be personally motivated. They're going to be someone who cares about the organisation and someone who goes above and beyond for your customers without being asked. They're going to get a sense of personal accomplishment, and they're going to recommend the organisation to friends and family. They're going to feel inspired to be a part of your team, and in turn they'll become inspirational, and they'll be proud to work with your team, your company and your team. They'll be proud to wear the badge. They will be respected, and they will respect others within the organisation. So to engage them, listen to them, get them involved, ask their opinion, make sure that you're sharing ideas, they're aligning them with where you're going and what you're setting out to do. One of the only ways to get an edge in business, recruitment business in particular, being so highly competitive, is to be innovative. You want those people to bring their great ideas into the workplace. So engaging them is all about that. And be careful, because it's also very easy to disengage people. As the line manager, without even realising it, you can disengage people. And in fact, the stats show us that people around the world are more likely to be disaffected, disengaged or demotivated by their managers than motivated or inspired. And that's a quote from Stephen Sonsino. You can check all these people out on our website, or just Google them. These are all management and leadership experts from around the world, gurus in fact. So we've got to be really careful that we are not careless with our communication. Here's another interesting little fact, that 61% of impact on someone's behaviour, 61%, so that's over half, well over half, is directly down to how you speak to somebody who reports to you. So careless talk can disengage people really easily. So if you're going to all the effort to involve them in what you're doing, listen to their ideas, hold meetings, have one-to-ones, communicate, listen to them, care about them, and then you could make one throwaway remark that is thoughtless, and you can disengage them just like that. So this is about your own self-awareness as a leader, and making sure you are always aware of how and what and the way you communicate. So there's a lot to do with engagement. Is it all worth it? Let me show you now some astounding results. Engaged employees deliver 27% higher profits, 50% higher customer loyalties, 50% higher sales, and 40% above average productivity. Now, I've drawn these stats from the Gallup organisation, who's also an organisation that's done massive research over the last 20 years into engagement within organisations. So we've now got two sources to evidence this, very similar figures to David McLeod's, to actually show us that, yes, this is what the results of engaged employees will give us. Now, if you went to your senior managers and said, our results are up this much over the last quarter, over the last month, would they be thrilled with that? I think so. Would you be pleased with these results? So bothering to engage people is worth the effort. And I do urge you to read Go the Extra Mile, because it will tell you all you need to know in terms of the basics around engaging either a small or a large team. So I hope that's been useful. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.